This episode of the Good Living Now podcast is sponsored by our friends at Kuvings. Now, I've tried many cold pressed juices over the years, but the Kuvings Auto10 has truly simplified my routine. Now, my personal experience is that it's simple to operate and quick to clean. Now, with the Auto10, I can make everything from nice cream to morning smoothies to sorbets, and I can even make plant-based milk. Now, if you'd like to give it a try, use my affiliate code JUICEGUY at checkout to save 10% on Kuvings. All right, go ahead, grab your fresh produce and get your juice on. So today I want to talk about something that I really never thought I would experience. And this is not a flex, this is just my story. And I wanted to share it in hopes that it will inspire someone else to pursue their dreams. So I wanted to share how I made my first $1 million. And this was over 20 years ago. I was in my early 30s. And I had started this business called the Fall Employment Agency. And I just had this dream and vision of this business. And I started it with a $25,000 second mortgage I took on my house. And I didn't have a business plan, didn't have any experience. And I started the business. And 6 months after I started that business, I was bankrupt. But that's not where the story ends. So while I was going through bankruptcy and trying to figure out how to get customers, I used to go walking just as a way to relax, because starting a business, as you know, can be very stressful. So I would go to this, it was called Lake Merritt. And at the time, my son was just about 2, and I would go there, he and I would go there, and I would put him in the stroller and we walk around the lake. And while I was going through all this financial turmoil, losing everything, I ended up losing my house and my car. While I was walking, I got this, I don't know if you want to call it a download or this idea that I was going to get $1 million contract. Now, that sounded crazy because at the time, like I said, I had lost everything. I had maybe 1 or 2 clients. I wasn't making any money, but I got this idea, and I call it a God idea, that I was going to get this $1 million contract. And what I learned from that experience was when I got that download, I didn't run out and tell anybody like, oh my God, I'm gonna get $1 million contract. I'm gonna get because people would have thought I was crazy if I would have told them that. So I kept it to myself. And what I learned about that is that when you get a download or a vision or an idea like that, that's between you and God. The mistake so many of us make is that we go and we run and tell everybody because we're excited. And what often happens is people start to punch at our dreams, start punching holes at our dreams. So then we stop believing in what God had revealed to us. And so I was fortunate enough that I didn't do that. I just held on to the dream, and I started to make changes in the way I did things. But the changes really started with me and my belief, because nothing changes until we change. And what I started doing, I started looking at what is holding me back. And one of the things that was holding me back was my communication. I hated speaking in front of people. I hated talking to people. So I joined this thing called Toastmasters that help you get comfortable speaking in public. And it took me about 3 months to go to the first class because I kept procrastinating, on going. But like I said, nothing changes until we change. So I went there, started taking those classes, and I didn't worry about how the $1 million was going to come because I didn't know how it was going to come. And about 6 months after I got that idea that I was going to get that $1 million contract, I'm going to Toastmasters. I'm listening to that still small voice. You know those times when I call it God is telling you to do something, and it's normally something you don't want to do, but it's those things that you need to do to get you to your next level. I started listening to those voices and those promptings, and I started going to my local chamber of commerce. I didn't want to do that. And I started going to different places, and 6 months passed, and I got a call from this company, and this guy told me that he had been hearing about my company from all of these different people, and he wanted to know if I wanted to partner with his business on this major government contract. Then he followed and said that it could mean $1 million for your business for 3 years. So it was really a $3 million contract. So that's how I got my first $1 million contract, with just me listening to what I call the voice of God, not telling anyone, and then doing the things that made me uncomfortable, like public speaking and going to networking functions and doing things that I didn't want to do. And so that's how that first contract came. So when you're the first one to quote unquote make it, first of all, you get a lot of new relatives and people you didn't know start to get into your orbit. But there's also this expectation of family members of helping them out. And I remember just getting all kind of calls from family members. Everybody had an emergency. They couldn't pay their rent. Their car note was due, all of these things. And for me being new to money, I didn't know how to handle that. So I'm just giving money away, I'm buying people's cars and just paying their rent. And it became draining. It became draining for me and distracting, because people start to look at you as their savior and like you're special, like you can make your own money, but they start looking at you, and for me, I got distracted by that. And then what happened also, my mother passed while this was all happening. And I lost my focus and I lost my drive because my mother was my why. That was the reason why I did everything that I did. And when she died, I no longer had my why. And so I lost my drive. And in losing my drive, my business started to decline. And I ended up closing my business after 7 years in business. And so, because no new money was coming in, I lost everything. And it took some years. I didn't lose it overnight. But I no longer had the business. I had a son who at the time was in private school. So I'm spending all this money. All this money is going out and no new money is coming in. And if no new money is coming in, I don't care how much money you have, it's going to soon dwindle. And that's what happened to me. So here I am now in my 40s, struggling, like struggling. And I don't like to say I was broke. I like to say I was temporarily out of cash, but you know what that means. I had no money. And so I went through this whole period like of trying to figure out what's going on. How did I go from making at one year my business did almost $4 million to now I'm on food stamps. And I'm like, how is this me? I had been in Black Enterprise, I had published my own business, and now here I am in my 40s struggling and not knowing how to get it back again. And then when I was 48, I went through this whole cancer experience. I was diagnosed with cancer. And what I know about that experience is that cancer is not just about what you eat. That cancer had also a lot to do with the stress that I was experiencing, because financial stress will wreak havoc on your immune system in your body and make you susceptible to all kinds of diseases. So then after I went through that whole cancer experience, I really got crystal clear that there was a larger reason for me being here. And I started changing my diet. I started realizing how much stress had been a part of my reality. And I started to change all those things. And as I started to change those things and I started to get better, I wanted to share what was working for me. So I started just sharing my story on social media about what I was going through, how I was changing my diet. I started juicing. I started eating more plant-based foods. And I wasn't doing this to create a business or to make money. I just wanted to share what I was going through. But Dr. Bertice Berry says, when you walk with purpose, you collide with destiny. And that's what I was doing. I was just walking in purpose, just sharing what I was going through. And then the idea of a wellness brand came to my mind, Good Living Now. And I said, oh, I said, I wanted to be able to share with people like the supplements that I was taking. And I wanted to be able to write books to share like some of the specific things that I did on my healing journey. And that birthed a business. And that business has grown to a place that allows me financial freedom that I didn't think that I'd experience like in my late 50s that I'm experiencing. And it didn't just happen overnight. It was me just showing up online, posting at least 3 times a week, just being consistent, not thinking about money, not trying to, get people to buy anything, just sharing my journey and my story. But my journey, it wasn't luck, it wasn't fast. I made a lot of mistakes along the way, and I failed more times than I succeeded. But here's the thing, I just didn't quit. And so here's the takeaway. Start where you are, share your story, and be consistent even when no one's listening, even when nobody's watching your videos. And if you're looking for a sign that this is your time to do something that you've never done before, this is it.